Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right, Nilbert, you are the host. Oh,
Actually,
co-host.
you made
Co-host. Yeah,
you made
let me.
Caroline the host.
Oh, you're who's hosting?
You made Caroline the host. I think you missed by
Did
my
I?
name yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me see. One more time. Let me
It
see.
happens to that. It happens that happens to me all the time when I'm going to make someone co-host, and then another person comes in, and then it moves. Everything moves.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Here we go.
okay.
Okay, Nilbert, did you get that?
Yep. Co-host. Yep. Got
Okay.
it.
Perfect. All
Mhm.
right. Awesome. Okay.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Happy Tuesday. I know people are still logging on. Always excited for this day of the week because either myself or one of my, at least from my team, gets the chance to share a little bit of, experiences, nuggets, or um, what you call it, just skill sets that we've acquired along the way. Like, at least for us in my team, like for a little bit over 2 years of doing this. So how's everybody doing today? Janet says okay. George gives a
Perfect.
thumbs up. Let's begin as we always do. Why don't we open up the floor to at least maybe a couple of shares before we get right on topic? Anyone who wants to share any kind of exciting news? There's Caroline. Hey, Caroline. It was good, great to see you in San Diego, by the way.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And the weather was nicer down there than in Northern California. So
It was,
appreciate it.
I think it was colder in Northern California, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job. Just wanted to share that today I'm in Maui again. So I'm hosting a spa party. I was supposed to do it tomorrow, but now I'm going to do today and tomorrow. So we have two events going here. And so I'm setting up everything with skincare products with Visage. So I'm excited to do that. And I'll let you guys know how it goes tomorrow, or actually 2 days. Because now I have, so both basically I'm going to have about 10 people total, five today and five tomorrow. So
Exciting.
yeah, we'll
And you're in
see.
Maui, right? I mean, I can think of maybe just a few other better places to be doing the business in, right? Maui. I believe
Yeah.
it's what, 70s, maybe almost 80s. Yeah.
Yes, it's 70. Actually, it's cold here considered for Maui. It
Oh,
was 69 yesterday, which was
oh.
I know it's cold. Hot, I mean, I can't say anything about the Midwest, so
Yeah.
but they call it cold here.
Wow. Okay. Well, I bet at 69 degrees, people broke out their jackets and everything, right? All right, Lovey.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm with you, Nilbert. It was so great seeing you, Caroline, here in San Diego and also in Brea. That was so much fun. Anyway, I don't know if Carmen's on yet, but I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Susie, and I don't know if Susie's on or if already at work, but Carmen's Rubalcaba BA, which is Susie, she reached 1 star, so super excited for her. And Susie's been so amazing. She's been such a great student. She's consistently sharing. I love her willingness to learn, like super coachable. She's a realtor, and she also has a couple of other business, but I love that she's just been super steady and just yeah, it's just so exciting just seeing her. She was so excited and she didn't have any idea what that meant, but it was exciting. And then of course we want to lift up Dr. Diana and Dr. Karen. Dr. Karen reached 2 star, right, Nobert? And then Karen has she's been also amazing. Always on the go. I mean, she has a list of so many people just to be following up with, and then she hit the 2 star this past weekend. So it's really, really exciting. And Dr. Diana is right behind her. So it's exciting, lots of exciting stuff. So it's really amazing just being able to see what's next for them.
Thank you, Lovey. Yes, a
Thank you.
lot of exciting stuff. I know, and if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Karen and their clinic, right, with Dr. Panis, I think they're holding another event tomorrow, I
Yep.
think. Yeah, it's tomorrow up there. So if you're up in the Central Valley area, Modesto, yeah, if you're anywhere nearby, they have it's like an open house for their clinic where they actually feature our product, the three products. That's really one really amazing example of how a clinic can incorporate the products into their daily services that they offer. So really amazing stuff. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Okay, I think we can dive right into it. It's about 7:36. So today, when I saw the topic for today, so it's about closing. So I figured, you know what? I know I've done not only myself, but several people have done closing trainings before. So I decided to kind of approach it from a slightly different angle today. And I'm gonna tie it up with the fact that we are what, I don't know, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from starting a new year, like 2026, right? So, okay, let me share my screen and we can get going. Okay, if I can find the share button, there we go. Okay, so share and there we go. Okay, so, uh, closing strong, setting up a breakthrough in 2026. Okay. So three family. Today, again, like I said, it's not really, I'm not going to be talking about how to close, it's not a training on how to close, right? Because if closing was just about words or scripts, everyone would be winning, right? Everyone will be. Tonight is really more about leadership because this is an audience of leaders. So I kind of want to address that aspect of closing, right? Closing isn't pressure. Closing is all about clarity, right? Right now, as we approach the end of the year, clarity is the most valuable currency you can bring into 2026. Okay. So I want everyone to type in the chat, I'm closing strong. Just type it up. I can't see the chat, so I know George and Andrew can see it. Everyone else, just type in the chat. I'm closing strong. Let that be our affirmation, like starting this, okay? Because here's the truth: leaders close, and closers lead. Okay. Now, so redefining closing. Most people think closing means like convincing, like I mentioned earlier. High level leaders know closing means clarifying. You're actually providing a lot of clarity. You're not here to close people. You're here to close the gap. What do I mean by that? Well, it's closing the gap between where they are right now and what they already said they want to achieve or where they want to be. All right, did that make sense? So you're closing that gap, right? When someone doesn't enroll, it's usually not because they don't want it. It's because something feels unclear, unsafe, or they're simply undecided, right? It's not necessarily that they don't want it, like, oh, like get that away from me. It's almost never like that, okay? So why most people don't close? There's several different reasons, right? Let's be honest. The real reason most people don't close isn't skill. It's really fear. It's really fear, right? There's fear of rejection, right? There's fear of being judged. There's fear of sounding salesy. I've heard that several times, like a lot of times actually. Oh, I don't want to follow up too much because they might think I'm like, like being a salesperson, right? Here's the big one. attachment to the outcome. A lot of times we are so afraid of the outcome that we're not even willing to take that step, right? So when you need the yes, they feel it. When you come across as like, I wouldn't say desperate, but they can feel it like, oh yeah, this person really wants me to say yes, drop, drop a yes or drop a fire emoji or whatever if this resonates with you. Okay. So the real close, right? The real close starts with you, right? The real close, people don't buy products, right? They don't even buy companies. They buy certainty. Does that make sense to everyone? If your belief is so strong that you know what you offer, right? That's what resonates. That's what captures people's vibrations. Okay. Borrow belief if you need to, but eventually your belief must be your own, right? Your job isn't to convince someone this works. Your job is to be so certain, right? Your job is to be so certain that your certainty gives them permission to believe. I'll say that again. You're not there to convince them, that hey, these are the most amazing, these are the best products in the world. You're not trying to convince them because, again, salespeople do that, right? But your job is to be so certain, your belief has to be so ironclad that your certainty gives them the permission to believe. The three decisions every prospect must make, right? Number one, right? Do I trust you? Right? It's all about trust. It's all about relationships. Do I trust this company, the products, the model, right? Most people think the objection is about money, timing, spouse. It's actually, yes, that's what they say, but behind that or underlying those things that they mention, the real objection is self-trust, right? Do I trust can I do this? That's why our presentations, always have to answer those three questions, right? Is it real? Like, can I be, can you, is this something that's very doable? And more importantly, can I do it? You know? So in the chat, you know, which decision do you see people struggle with the most? Just type one, two, or three. Okay. In your experiences in doing this, which one do you encounter the most? Okay. All right. Closing. Okay. Again, our topic today, you help them decide. You're providing clarity, right? If someone doesn't decide, they stay stuck, right? Indecision is expensive. Wouldn't you agree? Indecision is expensive because can you imagine if someone doesn't have enough belief or enough clarity to make a decision to start their journey to a healthier life? Imagine how expensive that can be in a lot of ways, right? And I'm not talking about, dollar wise, right? It's the cost to their health and all that. So as leaders, we help people move, right? Clarity creates commitment. When you avoid the close, you're not being polite. I hate to break it to you, but yes, when you avoid the close, that final like closing line, you're not being polite. You're withholding leadership because you're not providing them the clarity and you're not helping them move on. You're not helping them decide which way or the other, right? I know that's it may sound a little cold, but it's actually that's the way it is, right? When as leaders, we have to decide. We have to make the tough decisions. So we know this is good for them. We give them all the information. We help them make the decision, right? So the end of the year energy matters. Like how you close the year really, really matters. This isn't just the end of a calendar year. If you think about it, it's really an identity close, right? Who are you deciding to be in 2026? The income that you want, the impact that you want, right? The leader you want to become. Who will you be in 2026? All of that starts with decisions made now, right? Put in the chat, 2026 is my year of decision, right? 2026 is my year of decision. Okay. Here are some closing questions that I kind of want to throw at you. And at the end of this, I do have a one-page PDF of these like closing questions that I'm going to share with everyone. So, okay, powerful closing questions so we can use, right? You don't need better scripts, really. You need better questions. What excites you most about this, right? Or what's holding you back right now? Right? These are questions that really elicit and help them make a decision, right? If nothing changed, where would you be a year from now, right? What would saying yes make possible for you and your family? These aren't pressure questions. They're clarity questions. When you
Okay,
ask,
now you know that.
when you ask these questions, you help your prospect really think about and reflect, you know, and that will help them at least guide them to a decision. Not necessarily, the decision is not necessarily going to be yes. We know that, right? But at least, say yes, say no, but, give me an answer or something like that, right? Okay. So the clean close, right? Here's a professional, confident close you can use immediately, right? So based on everything you shared, do you feel aligned moving forward, or do you feel like this is a not yet or a no? It's very direct, right? Is this a yes? Is it not yet? Is it no? Right? Every answer builds trust, and trust builds long-term leaders, right? Because whatever their answer is, you will know pretty much how to move on from that and how to, you know, okay, anybody here who's already had people say no to them? That's probably everyone here, right? It doesn't mean that you forget about them, right? How many here have people who said no to them like several times even, who are now part of their business, right? A lot of people here have those, right? Have those people who initially said no said no like several times, but eventually they saw the light, right? Or they've been watching you and they saw the change in you. They saw the belief in you. Okay. So the final close, right? Before this year ends, I want you to close three things. Everyone here, right? Close the excuses. Throw them out. Get rid of the excuses, right? The hesitation. Close the gap between what you know you're capable of and the action you take. Okay? Momentum loves decision, right? Momentum loves decision. Leaders close and closers lead. So, let's close this year strong and open 2026 quite unstoppable because We know the company has a lot of amazing things lined up for us for 2026. So we need to be there. We need to be ready to really get going, right? So before today ends, I would like everyone here, if reach out to one person who needs clarity from you. Again, remember, not pressure, just clarity. Okay? And that, folks, is kind of what I have about, a little different take on closing today. Again, it was not really more about like, like how to close, like step by step. It's really more if you would, if you really like to kind of consider it more like a mindset type of deal. I think it's a perfect segue to the mindset training Adrian gave yesterday. As we continue to close up the year strong, right? And set ourselves up for a very successful 2026. All right. Well, that's what I have for you folks. So I'm going to turn this back over to Adrian and George. Meanwhile, I'm going to share the document in the chat, the one-page PDF that I mentioned to you guys, okay?
So great, Nilbert. That was just wonderful. No, you got a lot of great positive feedback in the chat here. People are very excited and happy about what you shared. And also was a continuation of mindset because closing is such a mindset, right? It's expecting that person to get started. It's expecting to be able to have that partnership and that commitment. And I loved how you talked about 2026 as the year of decision. That's huge. Yeah. Momentum loves speed. The faster you can dive into your goals for 2026, which means really start now, right? Start now on your goals for 2026. Get clarity around those so you can be more confident and go out there and close a bunch of new brand ambassadors. Everyone requires new blood, new brand ambassadors in their business, new people to feed their business, as well as working with those who exist. And one thing that came to mind, Nilbert, from you when you were sharing is that, we're out there, we're following a tracker from 30. We're, looking for 15 people to say yes to taking a look and 6 new people enrolling. Really, when you take on those 6 new people, you've got to let the people who are already in, who are already 3 stars, things like that, you need to kind of let go of the reins a little bit with them and say, okay, go develop 3 stars so that you can focus on those new 6. And I know it sounds kind of harsh, but it's true. Oftentimes I'll say to my team, like, even Nicole the other day, I'm like, Nicole, you're on your own. I'm here for you, but you're also on your own. Go get it, girl, right? Continue developing 3-star leaders because you're already an elite, right? I've got to create a new elite. So those are the kind of thoughts that went through my head as you were talking about closing out 2025 and moving into 2026. So Nilbert, you're so inspiring. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your leadership. Anyone else have anything they'd like to share before we head out?
Good morning. This is Cindy.
Good morning, Cindy.
It was wonderful. I actually am kind of doing a round robin with my leaders, like you said yesterday, Adrienne. All the 3 stars that started. Some were really stepped back and weren't doing anything, and some were running. And it's kind of like you run, and sometimes you keep tripping and falling, and you don't know what the problem is. And so if you can have a sit down or a team, a one-on-one with some of them and just start going back to the basics. I found that, when I came into this company, I knew nothing. I absolutely knew nothing. Came from another company, and all I knew is I had this new thing to go out and learn about. And sometimes I think we take way too much time trying to refigure things out instead of just running and gathering the team, and then just let the things fall where they may sometimes. And all of a sudden, the fear jumps back in, and you're thinking, oh, did I ask the right people? And I remember when I came into this company and I did what I did, and I just sponsored, and I didn't look right or I didn't look left because I just had yeah, basically they just started falling where they were, and I just built left as fast as I could. But all I can tell you is for me, and I've been in this industry for so long, I feel like an antique when some of you guys are out there, with all the young ones, but just not getting into the what other people think. And I think sometimes that we really think about that way too much. And I really, they're not thinking about you guys, I'm telling you, they're thinking about themselves. A lot of times they want to help other people, but for me personally, it was being able to be belly to belly with people again yesterday and looking and seeing what is it that we can do together and how fast can we go. And all of a sudden you get that fire again, and it's like you have to become unstoppable all over again. And that's what happened when I started with this company. And so that's what I'm working on all over again, is becoming unstoppable.
I feel like you're sharing something that we share, and really that mindset. It would be great if we all did that quarterly, right? If in our mind we sort of burn the bridges from the past and we started over every new quarter fresh, looking for that fresh new 6 or 10 new leaders. And I think that's huge. That mindset, having that shift in mindset, Cindy's key. But yeah, it's different when you're like, oh, I'm going to come into this new thing and do this new thing, and it feels all fresh, new, and exciting. And I would just give you the challenge of how can you do that every day? How can you find that mentality and that energy every single day for a fresh new 30, a fresh new 15, and a fresh new 6? And yeah, it helps if it's really happening, but it kind of really is. If we really take it on, it really is that we're starting fresh every day. So, Cindy, that's beautiful that you shared that. Thank you so much. And team is so important, building new team and developing leaders, and going deep in your business. Yeah. George, is there anything you'd like to share? I see you're unmuted.
Yes. I mean, sorry, I didn't. I was unmuted.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's funny because I put from the movie the famous phrase "coffee is for closers." I didn't say kinetic is for closers. Then I changed it. You see the picture now. Say kinetic is for closers only. By the way, something that I was gonna say before Maylene said is when you close, you are opening doors for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
That's why, yeah, you close, but you open. You're open opportunities, and that's important to keep that in mind. It's amazing. Yeah, Maylene
Mhm.
is asking something.
Yeah, go ahead,
Maylene.
Mei.
Hi, first of all, this is wonderful. Nilbert, thank you so much. There were so many gold nuggets in this training, and I'm going to really take it in, you know. It's not just looking at it intellectually, it's really taking it in and taking action. But my question is regarding the recordings of these sessions. I've been going to YouTube to find them, and I'm not finding the recent ones. And I was
Mhm.
just kind of eager to listen to some of the more
Yeah.
recent ones.
So
I'm not
they're
finding them.
they're under the morning mastermind section. So yesterday's is there, today's will be there. They're
I'll
there. Yeah.
take another look under the morning
Mhm.
mastermind.
Is there one in particular you're looking for?
Well, like yesterday,
Oh yeah.
I was looking for it and I
Yeah.
couldn't find it, and I thought I had
Very
gone
good.
to every little tab, but I'll keep looking.
Oh,
And
you're fine. I'll put it in the chat right now.
hey, thank you. I mean,
Mhm.
I know how to get to Morning Mastermind. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the first one. When you go to Morning
Mhm.
Mastermind, is the first one.
It's the first tab.
oh,
Yeah, it's the first
oh,
video.
okay.
It's the first
Why? I
video.
don't know why. I looked everywhere yesterday. Okay, thank you so much.
It's the
Yeah.
first video.
All right.
No
Okay.
problem. Yeah, and it's in the chat as well. All right, so I'll put this in the chat as well. Well, it does take about an hour to load, so we'll go with that. But yeah, I'm excited, you guys. Nilbert, thank you so much again. Beautiful, beautiful training today. Your trainings always just hit, and it's valuable, and we really, appreciate them so much. So thank you. All right,
One
you
more
guys,
thing
let's go
before I
out. Let's.
forgot. We
Oh,
have the party tonight here in Utah at the headquarters where we had the meetings, by the way. The flyer, I think the flyer already have it, but
yeah, it's in the chat.
it's in the chat. Uh,
Mhm.
but make sure if you have anybody in Utah, and just make sure, by the way, they connect with me to make sure we have, in case we have to bring more stuff. Okay. Yeah, because we are bringing lobster. No, we are not. We don't have lobster. But anyway, it's everybody's bringing their own, not their own food. It's a padlock. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Okay, and we have Empowerment Tuesday as well, and we'll have Wellness Wednesday as well through the week too. And then you guys, any parties or events or anything you guys are having, please be sure to also put those in the Legacy Makers Facebook group and refer to that for events, local events, so that people can go and you can grab the graphic and share that. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you later. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.